Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Come Up Miami After Show, episode 3. I am your host, KARON Wilson, the creator and owner of the show, and I am here with a special guest, Myles.
Hey. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here, love. This episode was really interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a mix of a bunch of interesting things.
Yes, I think interesting. Okay, so today, if you're over the age of 21, drink or take a shot when you hear the word interesting in this after show. So going back a little bit, starting from kind of like the beginning and going into, what happened in your beginning scene. A lot of people thought it was very interesting, your opening scene for the show, with ASMR and then going into
especially with that burrito clip. I was like, wait, not the burrito clip.
I was like finding stuff from your YouTube channel to put in the show.
It's one of my popular videos, so.
And I was like,
why.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is very interesting. I definitely think that was one of the most raw opening scenes for a cast member. How did you feel shooting it?
It was awesome. It felt very thrilling because, there were some things we didn't get to show, Yeah,
there's awesome. People who don't know that, that was the cleanest version of that
scene. Because sometimes I get on cam and it can be slow. And sometimes I get on and it's 30 minutes to an hour, real fun, quick show,
That's what was happening. There was a lot of that they were paying right away. I was like, wow.
But yeah, I just lucked out. I was like, okay, cool. He just saw us on there. I was literally minding my business. All of a sudden, it's like, ding. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I thought I kept hearing it bling, bling, bling.
I was like, it's time.
I was here for it, child.
Time to perform.
And now I think you are vegetarian or vegan?
Vegan.
Vegan? Okay, I'm sorry. I know that you are vegan. Can you kind of talk to the people who might not know more so about what vegan is and what made you get into it?
Okay, veganism is a philosophy. It's a philosophy to do as least harm as possible. You can call it harm reduction. It's not about being perfect, but it's not just about the diet. There's the plant-based diet, and then there's the philosophy of veganism. You can be plant-based and not be vegan, you know what I mean, and still do other things. But it's just a philosophy of belief. I got into it going on 6 years ago now. Wow. When I was in college, and I seen I was gaining weight. I was like, what is... So yes, I got into it for selfish reasons, of course, like a lot of people do. Not all people, but a lot of people do. And I wanted to, maintain my weight, but also eat the amount of food I wanted to eat. Yeah. So that's why I took up veganism or plant-based eating, because I knew I could eat a lot more and maintain my weight, because I was eating wings, all the stuff, packing it down when I first went to college, and I gained all that weight.
Have you had the desire to try and eat anything meat-related in the last 6 years?
No. I never had the desire. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not even a little bit. It's more so disgusting. Maybe in the first couple years, you might have a little desire, but not even in the first couple years, honestly. I'm just saying everyone's different. But for me, it's more so disgusting. The first year, though, yeah.
Going into now this episode that has aired, how did you feel about, Bam opening up to his sister and, being very vulnerable?
That was a beautiful scene, because I've never seen Bam Bam's vulnerable side like that. I feel like I've seen more vulnerable sides to him than people have seen so far, but I've never really seen him cry or show emotion like that. So it was cool, and I hope people could see his story and see, how people have different psyches from each other. Not everybody thinks the same. So you might just think, oh, Bam Bam should get over this. It's not that big a deal, but everyone's different. Everyone has a different psyche. You know what I mean? So I think it should help people see Bam Bam. It was a beautiful scene.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely was very surprised by that scene. I knew that he talked to me and he was like, I want to open up about my life. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I think that would be a great way for people to get to know you more rather than more arguing and fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a much better way to get to know someone. And her sister is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I was like, yes, bringing the Miami vibes.
You.
Right.
The next scene that happened was like kind of after that scene was going into Prince wanted to have a get together at South Beach with you guys, drink, have fun, get to know each other. Getting there and hearing the whole situation about Prince and his boyfriend, and then the friend about the whole him giving him head and their relationship is rocky. What did you think about that?
Huh. I don't know. Oh God. I shouldn't say what's right on the top of my head. Pause. Like, ask me again.
What did you think about Prince's situation between his boyfriend and the best friend giving his boyfriend head, and they're still cool with each other, but Prince kind of gave him an ultimatum saying, okay, either you stay with me or you can go be with your friend.
Oh, right. Okay. I feel like Prince should just leave that situation. If I was to have an opinion on that, like, I'm not the type to give people ultimatums. I guess if you're in love with a person, I give them an ultimatum, but you've been in a relationship with him up until this point. So I don't know. I really don't care, I guess. That's the thing. I just don't care. Like, certain things I care about, some things I don't care about. And that's like, I don't really care about people's relationships too much. That's what it is. It's not Prince's fault. It's more like I don't have an opinion on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The night's moving on, the drag queens are performing, you guys get up and go to another location to, drink and play Never Have I Ever. With the conversation about, who's done this, who's done that, X, Y, and Z, do you feel like, because I know in the confessional and when they were asking questions, it did seem a little like maybe unknowingly underhand shade, I guess, when they were like talking about it. And then I know that you got a bit annoyed. Can you talk about what kind of got you like, I don't care what you guys think, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Okay, there was a time when we got there and we were talking, and Jamal was talking to me about relationships, and this was like, before. So we were talking, and he was like saying, "Oh yeah, so how do you do relationships? Like, are you gonna be in a relationship type thing?" Basically saying, "How do I make my love life work with the job I do?" And I said, "I guess, I mean, if they want to accept it, they accept it. If they don't, they don't. I don't really care. I'm not really focused on that right now. You know what I'm saying? That's not really what I'm focused on, I guess." And he kind of just had this tone about it, off, behind the scenes.
Okay.
But then I noticed the tone again when I was watching the episode, and I went back a little bit and watched it again when I was saying, if I was doing a scene with a coworker. Oh no, I said love is very painful. Yeah, I dealt with it or whatever. And he said, "Oh, it is?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh." And to me, that was like that tone I was talking about. I'm like, yeah, it was very painful when I was in love. What are you trying to say? Like, oh, like, it's just a certain tone. But then you have people like Joe Beer. They're just very like upbeat about it. Obviously, Bam Bam's like, do your thing. You know what I mean? But that's all right. I understand people have different perceptions on things. And I don't think he was trying to shame me, but he was being like silly or whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'll call it being silly.
I think, I think it's great. I think it's interesting to have that kind of dynamic when it's like, yeah, drama and everything. Of course, that's and of course people want to see that. But I think that in this episode, I think it was well-rounded as far as like everything that was going on between emotions, a little bit of shade, but then like people opening up. And I think the episode ending with you guys being able to kind of drink, have fun, play a game.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't take anything to heart. I knew what he was doing. Like, I didn't take anything too seriously, but that's how I felt in the moment. Like, he had that subtle tone. I was like, okay. And he's very sweet. He actually gave me a ride to his place so I can call it Uber from his place. At the time, I didn't have a car. So, going to Miami can be pricey depending, where you're at.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
So he was very sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, overall.
How do you feel watching the show back? Like, how does it feel being in the show, like being there in that moment and then watching it back? Is there anything that is different, or you feel like, you know, watching it as a viewer, like, oh, wow, this is like completely different than what I thought it would
It feels weird.
be?
Yeah, I mean, I feel, shoot, definitely critiquing myself a lot, like looking at every little thing. I like myself though. You know, I don't really have a problem.
Yeah, you have a huge fan base that like rides for you and supports you,
Yeah,
especially.
I got my
I've seen it on this show too. Like a lot of people really like you.
little cult following, a cult size. That's what I mean, cult size. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool, especially because I love the show in general. I love your productions, so I get like butterflies. I don't know. It's great. I set out to do what I planned to do. I didn't really plan to be. I just planned to like come along for the ride. Oh my gosh, does that sound bad? Like I just planned to like
It's a great way to experience
be an observer. Yeah,
to experience
like.
something like this. I think,
Mhm.
and it's a great platform to kind of have more people know who you are and share.
Oh, definitely. And
You
expand my name, you know what I mean? Get my name out there, especially in the gay community. Yeah.
know.
And
So,
mhm.
I want to play a little game before we end things.
Okay.
I want to say each cast member's name, and you can give me one or two words that pops up in your head when you hear the name.
Okay.
So let's start with Bam Bam first.
Uh, one or two things.
Yeah, it could be like one word, two words.
Okay. Spicy. Spicy. Definitely. Oh, chemical X. Sugar, spice, everything nice, and some chemical X there.
Okay.
Mm.
Sean.
Sean. Spunky.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Javier.
Oh, fabulous, stylish.
I agree. Jamal.
I want to give him a good one. Like, ooh, in order. I mean, talented. I don't know. Ambitious, I guess. I don't know. I feel like we're all ambitious, but you know, he's very that's his personality. Like he's ambitious.
Yeah. What about Jamarcus?
mm, I don't
What
know.
about Prince?
Yeah, Jamarcus, definitely nothing.
Okay.
Prince, oh, polite, um, sweet. He's nice, very
Literally,
chill.
that's what popped up in my head. I
Yeah,
sweet automatically. He's such a sweetheart. Like he's really really sweet.
he is.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I'm so glad to meet them.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there anything that you want to leave to the people, like a message or any kind of anything that's on your mind that they should tune in for, or about you, or anything?
oh, gosh, I wish I knew. Stay tuned for this year. Okay, because these years, these next 4 years, I'm hearing about to be turned up
Ooh.
in the world. That's all I really know about.
Okay.
Check out my YouTube channel, my OnlyFans, that stuff too.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
You guys definitely check Myles out. All of his information will be in the link below. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me and Myles. Tune in next week to my next special guest that I'll be chatting with about episode 4, and I will see you next time.
Bye.